Okay, so how many of you learned the Sedra? Put up your hands. Well, what about you? You, yeah? Did you learn? You no, don't look away. You learned the Sedra? Yeah? Did you learn the Sedra? What the heck's the matter with you guys?
Still have another day.
How many of you learned till Sheni? You got the lane? Yeah? So, did you learn anything from it? What does it have to do with life? The Rebbeinu Shalom is teaching you, Lo yidova reiku mikem. Im reiku mikem hu reik. It's not a history. The Almighty is not telling us a story about a Chos Lot and Timno. He's not telling us a story. Vayeishev Yaakov be'eretz migurei Yoviv. Telling us something about what we should do about living. Is that right? What did you figure out? Yosef is a nar. He's preening himself. What does that tell us? Vayoytzi has dibosam ro el aviyam. He tattles on his brothers. What am I supposed to do? Tattle on my brothers? What? He has dreams of becoming a king. And he tells it to them. He knows they don't like him. Yeah, because he's been squealing on them. Yeah? The Father says, this is prophetic. I mean, what does this teach us? And then they sell him. He's an Eved. This is in the first parsha, but until Sheni, Oviv Shoma Sadova. Is the Almighty telling us something or not? Hello? You're supposed to hear God, or you're playing with Him? So the way we learn what the Almighty is telling us is we ask questions. Why in the world, it sounds that this guy Yosef is not such a nice character. Yeah, doesn't it sound like that? Yeah? And he gets punished for it. He's sold as a slave. And they shecht a goat, because so they shecht. You know what the Bosam Law was, that he was punished for everything that he said. So why is he a king? It was a prophetic dream. Oviv Shomer Sadova. What does that tell us? Why? The Torah isn't telling us why Yosef is going to be the king of the Jewish people, or the leader of the Jewish people, whatever it is. Yeah? So you know what I learned from it? I'll tell you what I learned from it. Yeah? What in the world? Come on, think. Yosef was a tzaddik, ben zekunim huloi, yeah? Yaakov Avinu taught him all his Torah, yeah? He was a tzaddik, he wasn't a rosha. So what does it mean, the bosam ro? What's he reporting about his brothers? What's he reporting? He wants to fix them, yeah? He thinks he wasn't a motzi shemra. Yeah, he was reporting what was happening, right? What they were doing wrong. So what does he want to do? He wants to fix them. Is that obvious? Yeah? You get it? He wants to fix his brothers. So what does that mean? What is the Torah telling us? It also says by Yeshua Nar. Yeshua Nar, Mishamish Moshe, Nar. So Chazal say, Yeshua was Mishamish Moshe like a Nar. Everybody called him, look at that non-entity, yeah? It was a Nar, he made himself Maisa Nairus, yeah? Why? He used to be Mesada the Shulchonis in the Beis Medrash. After Moshe Rabbeinu gave a shiur every day, and people went home to eat the tzarayim, they left the place of shambles, he stayed and he fixed it up so that there wouldn't be bitul Torah when they come back for the next year. So the Rebbeinu Shalom said, Noitzer Te'ena, the guy who's concerned about the learning about the Jewish people, Yoichel Pirya, the guy who takes care of the fig tree will enjoy the fruit. So if you take care of the learning of the Jewish people, you'll be the leader. Do you get that one? Say, he who is concerned about the welfare of his brothers will be the king. You get that? Hello? Does that make sense? What do you say? Makes sense, yeah? Makes sense. So what do you learn about it? You're taking care of your brothers? You're concerned about the learning of the other guys, what they're doing wrong? About how to make them mention, real guys? Understand learning? No, take care of myself. Okay. You take care of yourself. You want greatness? Look around. What has to be done? Is that a proper lesson? No? It's an important lesson. If you think, what is it saying? He made a mistake. So he gets punished for his mistake. What was his mistake? He misread what they were doing. But he thought they were making a mistake, and he tried to correct it. Is that true? So even though you're wrong, if you try to correct something, even if you're wrong, you become the leader. Even if you're wrong. What if you're right? What if you do it without a way of antagonizing them? He didn't know any other way. Is that a lesson or not? For being wrong, you'll get punished. But for making the effort, you become king. It's your people. You're taking care of them, it's your people. It makes sense? And what do you learn from it? For goodness sake, if the Torah is teaching you something, the Rebbeinu Shalom is telling you, take care of your brothers. In the yeshiva. Yeah? Never mind outside the yeshiva. Okay. Very good. Vayeishev Yaakov. Those of you who learned the Rashi? You learned the Rashi? Did you learn the Rashi? Hello? One Parshas, did you learn the Rashi? Aaron, did you learn the Rashi? Yeah? Okay. The Rashi says, Bikesh Yaakov, the Almighty doesn't tell us Vayeshev Yaakov Be'eretz Migurei Yoviv as a history story. Yes, you know what? Yaakov was, come on. Rashi says, Bikesh Yaakov Leishev B'menucha. Bikesh Yaakov Leishev B'menucha. Yaakov Avinu wanted peace. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Oma, the Almighty said, Lo Ydayan leTzadikim, it's not enough that the Tzadikim, that I'm going to give them Olam Haba. There'll be plenty of reward. They want Menucha in this world too. Kofsol of Rigzah Shel Yosef. You remember learning that? Oh, yeah? Did it bother you? Did you ask yourself, what the heck? The Rebbeinu Shalom is stingy? He doesn't want to give us Olam Hazeh too? What's bothering you, Almighty? Come on. Yeah? Like dying leTzadikim, that they have Olam Haba, they want Olam Hazeh too? So they want Olam Hazeh too. What's with you? Didn't bother you? Bothered you? So what's your conclusion? What is it? What is the Torah telling us? And is this the reason that Yosef was taken away from Yaakov Avinu? I mean, everybody knows, you've learned, yeah, that Yaakov Avinu's chet was 20 years, 22 years, 20, how much? 22 years. 22 years he wasn't mechabed av v'aim. That's why he lost Yosef for 22 years. Is that right? Yeah? So what do you mean, Rigzoi Shel Yosef? I mean, it was in the cards. He had to be punished. He made a chet. Hello? Anybody think about it? Bother you? That's the way you pay attention to what the Torah is telling us, yeah? So if I may suggest, you see, that the punishment did not fit the crime. Did the punishment fit the crime? When Yaakov Avinu was in Beis Lavan for 22 years, did Yitzchak and Rivka think that he was dead? That they lost him? He said he's been away, right? They missed him, but they didn't sit in Avelis for 22 years, right? And here, Yaakov Avinu has to sit in Avelis for 22 years. That's Kof Sol of Rigzoi Shel Yosef. Yeah? That's the part, Bikesh Yaakov Leishev B'menucha. The fact that he was parted from Yosef for 22 years, it could have been done without him sitting Avelis. You get it? He sent him on a shlichus. The Almighty has ways, yeah? He could have been parted. He could have been longing for him for 22 years. That would have been the proper punishment. Why is it that he thought that Yosef was killed? You get it? So what was wrong with his wanting to sit b'menucha? What was wrong with it? Omar HaKadosh Baruch Hu lo ydayan letzadikim sheyesh lehem olam haba. I'm going to give him plenty of good times, yeah? They want menucha in this world? Now, what does it mean Yaakov wanted menucha? You think he was going to go play golf? Huh? What was he going to do, menucha? You think he was taking long naps in the afternoon? What was menucha for Yaakov Avinu? What is it that he wanted that the Rebbeinu Shalom said, nah? Yeah? Well, did you think? What does it mean Yaakov wanted menucha? You and I, we'd like to go to Hawaii, yeah? What does Yaakov Avinu want? So the punishment fits the crime. Yaakov Avinu, the Medrash says, that he had a siman, he had a sign from his mother Rivka. If you have the 12 tribes and everything is fine, then you've done your job in this world. If you lose one of them, you haven't done your job. So what is it that Yaakov Avinu wanted to say? Got the 12 tribes, I'm here, I've accomplished my purpose in this world. Right? This is what he wanted, menucha. The menucha of saying, my ultimate goal I've accomplished. Right? We are in this world to accomplish our ultimate goal. What are you living for? Yeah? Yaakov Avinu said, I'm living to establish the Jewish people. I established it. I've done my job. Right? You know, he says, wait a moment, you've done your job? Yeah? Like Dayan l'tzadikim, you'll get your schar. As long as the world is full of idol worshippers, you want to sit b'menucha? You've done your job? You haven't done your job. Yeah, you did a significant part. They will do the job. Yosef ben Zekunov, the 12 tribes, but you get them there. Move them there. Wow, you haven't done the job. You got it? It tells us even if you become a Baki B'Shas, you haven't done your job, man. Even if you love God, you haven't done your job. You know, the job is Tikkun Ha'olam. You got it, yeah? That's our job. As long as we're in this world, we have to strive for Tikkun Ha'olam. You got it? Okay, what's the connection? Vayeishev Yaakov, Yosef is Ben Zekunov, Yosef is Moshe Dibosam Ro. He has the dreams. He tells the faults of his brothers to his father. He has the dreams, they ate him, and he sold. What's the connection between Vayeishev Yaakov and Yosef? Why is it one? It's a connection, you understand? You come up with the answer, I'll give you $100, yeah? But the answer that I want, not your answers, yeah? But the point is, my children, for goodness sake, you're dealing with the instrument of creation. It's a Torah that's there to teach us how to change the world, how to grow, how to be great. Don't look at it as a storybook, interesting stories. Dig. The kulabo. It's all there. You have to pay attention.